The world of sports often thrives on drama and rivalry, but sometimes it's the quiet acts of kindness that truly shine. Caitlin Clark, the Iowa Hokies basketball star renowned for her fiery drive on the court, recently demonstrated that her compassion matches her skills. What began as an ordinary stop for coffee on a chilly autumn day became a profound story of empathy and connection, leaving a lasting impact on both Caitlin and a young woman in need. Caitlin strolled across the University of Iowa campus, her mind clouded with disappointment after a tough loss against a rival team. Her signature Hokies beanie was pulled low, her usual vibrant energy subdued. She approached her favorite coffee shop, craving a brief escape from the pressures of stardom. As she reached for the door, something caught her eye. A young woman, barely older than herself, huddled in the doorway against the bitter cold. The girl clutched a thin, worn blanket, and a frost-covered cardboard sign next to her simply read, **** need help. Caitlin hesitated. She could ignore the girl and retreat into the warmth of the cafe, but something in the girl's distant, weary eyes made her pause. Caitlin walked over and softly said hello. The girl, startled, looked up, her expression a mix of surprise and guarded suspicion. Caitlin remarked on the biting cold, her breath visible in the frosty air as she removed her gloves. She then reached into her pocket, pulling out a $10 bill, and gently offered to buy the girl something warm to drink. The girl, hesitant at first, eventually nodded. Caitlin felt a wave of relief. Together, they entered the cafe, the cozy aroma of coffee and pastries enveloping them like a warm embrace. Caitlin ordered 2 hot chocolates with extra whipped cream, guiding the girl, whose name she learned was Maya, to a quiet corner table. Caitlin noticed how Maya seemed out of place, her eyes darting nervously around the room. Caitlin offered reassuring smiles, creating a space where Maya could feel safe. As they sat, Caitlin asked gentle, non-intrusive questions, allowing Maya to share her story at her own pace. Maya revealed she had left home months ago, escaping a difficult family situation. She spoke of nights spent on park benches, the struggle to stay warm, and the kindness of strangers that occasionally kept her going. Despite her hardships, Maya confided a dream: to become a writer. Poetry, she said, was her escape, a way to imagine a life beyond her current struggles. Caitlin listened intently, admiring Maya's resilience and determination. Caitlin shared her own story, one of grueling practices, missed shots, and moments of doubt under the pressure of being a star athlete. Though their challenges were worlds apart, the 2 young women found a common thread: the strength to persevere. As Caitlin spoke, Maya's guarded demeanor softened. For the first time, a glimmer of hope lit her eyes. When their conversation ended, Maya thanked Caitlin, not just for the coffee, but for seeing her, listening to her, and treating her like a person, not a problem. The encounter stayed with Caitlin long after they parted ways. She realized that while a cup of coffee and a warm conversation were meaningful, they were not enough to address the deeper issues Maya and so many others faced. Determined to do more, Caitlin took action. She began volunteering at local shelters, serving meals and listening to stories like Maya's. Touched by the resilience she encountered, Caitlin decided to use her platform to bring attention to homelessness. With Maya's permission, Caitlin shared her story on social media, urging her followers to support local shelters and initiatives. The response was overwhelming. Donations poured in, and Caitlin organized a fundraiser with her teammates, raising thousands of dollars for homeless services. Caitlin's efforts sparked a wave of community involvement. Local businesses offered resources, volunteers flocked to shelters, and even local authorities began increasing funding for housing programs. Her story inspired other athletes and public figures to lend their voices to the cause, creating a movement that extended far beyond Iowa. For Caitlin, this was more than a charitable effort, it was a personal mission. Maya's courage and determination had reminded her of the power of connection and the importance of using her platform for good. The bond between Caitlin and Maya became a symbol of hope and shared humanity. Caitlin continued to advocate for systemic change, while Maya, inspired by their encounter, began writing again, pouring her experiences into words that spoke to the resilience of the human spirit. Their meeting, born from a simple act of kindness, became the catalyst for a larger movement, proving that even the smallest gestures can spark profound change. Caitlin Clark's journey in her rookie WNBA season has been nothing short of captivating. A generational talent, Clark's impact on and off the court has positioned her as a transformative figure in the league. However, the Indiana Fever, her team, finds itself at a crossroads following significant organizational shifts that could shape its future. Head coach Christy Sides faced mounting scrutiny throughout the season as the Fever struggled with inconsistent play, lackluster defense, and an inability to maximize their young talent. Despite flashes of brilliance, including stellar performances from Caitlin Clark and Aliyah Boston, the team's results fell short of expectations. Social media buzzed with frustration from fans and analysts alike, calling into question Sides' strategies and leadership. The tipping point came when Lynn Dunn, the Fever's revered general manager, decided to part ways with Sides, emphasizing a need for renewed focus and strategy. Dunn, known for her championship pedigree and sharp basketball instincts, did not hesitate to make the difficult decision, setting the stage for a new chapter. The Indiana Fever announced Stephanie White as their new head coach, marking a homecoming for the former Fever player and coach. White's deep connection to Indiana basketball, paired with her proven coaching acumen, brings renewed optimism to the franchise. White's return is fueled by a vision to elevate the Fever from rebuilding to contention. With an exciting young roster that includes Clark, Boston, and standout Kelsey Mitchell, White is tasked with fostering a system that highlights their strengths while addressing the team's defensive and offensive inefficiencies. In her first statement as head coach, White emphasized, "This is about more than basketball. It's about building a legacy. We have the talent and the resources to be leaders in the WNBA." Her appointment is seen as a turning point for a franchise hungry for success. Caitlin Clark, whose electrifying performances have drawn record crowds and TV ratings, has embraced White's appointment with enthusiasm. Clark's rookie season showcased her potential as she consistently dazzled with her scoring, playmaking, and competitive spirit. However, the team's system under Sides often failed to fully utilize her skill set. With White's arrival, there's hope for a system tailored to Clark's strengths. Her immediate support for White on social media was not only a personal endorsement, but a signal to fans and teammates that brighter days lie ahead. Unexcited for what's next, Clark shared, "This team has so much potential, and Coach White brings a vision we can all rally behind." Lynn Dunn's move to senior advisor marks another pivotal moment for the Fever. Dunn, instrumental in drafting Aliyah Boston and shaping the current roster, will now focus on broader strategic efforts,